Welcome, everyone. So we are here for a market minute with one of my favorite lenders today. Of course, you remember Corey Martens. And Corey, you and I started a conversation last week, and so we decided we wanted to continue it this week, all in regards to lending and lending practices and what's going on. And so we thought we would start kind of rewinding just a little bit and going back to the beginning of what all happened with the COVID-19 pandemic. And a lot of us who were looking to buy houses during that time or refinance during that time, boy, lending like blew up. So can you tell us a little bit about like what happened and where we're at now with lending?
I'd love to tell you a few things about it. And actually, it's really good for anyone that may have been going through the process a few months ago, because any experience they had is starting to dissipate. And so, it might be time to take a look at things again. But yeah, really what happened is markets went in a way that no one had ever seen or expected. I wasn't in the industry during 9/11, but I've spoken with quite a few lenders who have been, and they say that what we saw over the last few months, they didn't even see then.
Wow.
Which really means everyone was flying by the seat of their pants. Investors didn't know what to do. Lenders didn't know what to do. No one knew how to handle it. Because of it, and because they didn't want things to go wrong and make a lot of the mistakes that were made back during the last recession, everyone just really quickly closed things up and closed them down tight. So there was investors that were shutting down shops. They weren't lending out money. There's what we call overlays, and you know this, Katie, overlays,
Right.
where we've got our normal guidelines, but they're saying, hey, we're putting additional guidelines on top of it. We're putting temporary changes on guidelines. We got, like, for example, manufactured homes were almost impossible to get financing on. Down payment assistance, which is really popular, for a few weeks completely disappeared. There's a lot of things like that, and a lot of people, especially if they'd never been through the process before, probably had no idea what was going on. But and I try to stress this, that is a very unusual situation, and if you had a bad experience then, that's not common.
Yeah, agreed. That was something that on my end of it, we had never seen before. And I did have a couple of buyers who were using down payment assistance, and their programs went away completely. Jumbo loans went away completely, which was a little bit surprising as well on the higher end of everything. And so, yeah, that was unprecedented for us. But from what I can tell, most of those programs have come back at this point. Is that correct?
You know what? Most of them have. Most of the programs are back. Most of the investors are back. The overlays are disappearing. So we aren't quite back to where we were, but we have made a lot of strides. And so, yeah, if you know anyone, or if any of your viewers know anyone that had a bad experience, just shrug that off. Is something that we've never seen before, and it might be worth looking again, because yeah, they're getting a lot more close to normal now.
Perfect. Okay, so then we kind of wanted to segue into talking about are we going to see, we've heard all kinds of buzzes and rumors and stuff with everything going on. Are we going to see a market crash here in Arizona? Now, I've been talking a lot about this for a long time and giving it from a real estate perspective, but I would love to hear what you have to say about that from a lending perspective. From the lender's perspective, do we see any kind of a bubble, any kind of a crash? What are you guys seeing from your end of things?
Well, first, I always like to start off with that disclaimer. We always use that, none of us have a crystal ball, and we don't know everything.
Right.
But that being said, and actually this is great to talk about, considering what we just mentioned, that, all this lending came down and got really strict, which actually is a really good thing for anyone that did get a home or has a home, because in large part, what they were doing is investors weren't just covering themselves, but they were also covering and protecting homeowners, because the value of our homes are important. And the fact that they weren't just giving out money that they didn't know if they'd be able to repay or not is a good thing. If those banks had gone out and said, hey, yeah, we don't know what's going to happen with this COVID-19, We don't know if people are not going to be able to afford their mortgages, but we'll give them anyway. Then we headed towards another crash, because that's what happened before. Is banks knew that if something went wrong, the mortgages they were giving out, they wouldn't be able to make the payments on. But this time we saw the exact opposite. We saw everyone saying, whoa, let's hold this lending back. Let's make it stricter. Let's make it tighter. Let's make it more conservative until we feel confident moving forward. So that was actually a really good thing for anyone that has a home or bought a home in the last few months. Is really that is something you should appreciate, that is so much more, it was so much more difficult, but really protecting your investment.
Perfect.
I'll add to that as well that in general, even before we went into it, and this is something that a lot of people don't realize, and Katie, you probably know this, but in our history, we've had 5 major recessions.
Right.
Out of those recessions, only one ended up in a major reduction in home prices.
Correct.
And
Yes.
that one was because it was the mortgage industry that drove it.
Yeah, it was basically our fault. Between real estate and lending, it was our fault that that recession happened. Yeah, absolutely.
And so you'd expect it. Yeah, and you know, out of those 5, during 3 of them, home prices actually went up.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, real estate's a great investment, except for that one time in our entire history. But because of it, even leading up to this whole COVID-19 and everything that's gone on with it, and everything that's gone on since, we did learn our lesson, and mortgages are so much safer than what they used to be. And people will remember terms like stated income mortgages, right, and all these really dangerous things that used to happen. They just don't exist anymore. So the people that do have mortgages now are very well qualified, and qualified in a way that they can even handle some bumps and bruises along the way and keep making those payments. So yeah, it's nothing like what it was, 10 years ago, 12 years ago. So we got that. Plus now we also see what happens with the market and how reactionary we were, yeah, to keep things safe if something does happen.
Yeah. Perfect. Corey, I think that was some great information for our people, and I sure appreciate you taking the time. As you can see, Corey is in his car right now, so he's sort of squeezed us in between everything so that he can meet with us today and share this information. And so I, for one, super appreciate you taking the time and making the effort to make this little video with me. So hope you guys are all staying safe and staying healthy out there. And as always, if you have any kinds of questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself or to Corey. So Corey, will you take just one last quick second, tell everybody where and how they can find you and get a hold of you, and that way if they have any questions, they can contact you directly.
Yeah, you bet. So actually, I'm going to grab this because for whatever reason, I always mess up my numbers. But you can reach me. I'm with Academy Mortgage. I confuse my 2 different numbers all the time. But yeah, I'm with Academy Mortgage, and you can reach me there at 480-344-3643.
Perfect. And of course, you can always find Corey's information on our website. He is one of our preferred lenders, and so we love working with Corey. He does a fantastic job for all of our clients. And so you can find him there at www.living48realestate.com. Or of course, you can always contact me directly as well. And my cell phone number is 480-415-1341. So call, text, email, whatever is most convenient for you. You'll find all of our information on our website, which again is www.living48realestate.com. So Corey, thanks again so much for joining me today, and we will absolutely catch you on our next Mortgage Minute.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Keep doing the great work you do for everyone.
We will. Hey, you too. All right. Thanks everybody for watching today, and make sure you catch in for our next Mortgage Minute and all of our other videos that we're putting out there for you right now. So as always, we're here to be a resource for you. And if there's anything we can do for you, please don't hesitate to reach out. Remember, life is for living, and now more than ever, that living is happening in your home. All right, you guys have a great day. Stay safe, stay healthy.
All right. Bye.